Everyone is aware of the plaguing hardships occurring all across Africa. Some of the most prevalent ones include impoverishment in sub-Saharan Africa, mandatory military conscription in Eritreans, and most prominently, civil war in Libya. All these are reasons for the upsurge in African immigrants traveling to Europe to seek a better life. Most established migrant routes lead to Libya, making the Mediterranean Sea a prime hotspot for the journey. In correlation with the increasing strife in Africa in recent years, the number of refugees seeking asylum and illegally crossing the central Mediterranean has skyrocketed to an estimated 160,000. The migration across the Mediterranean is inherently perilous. The criminal network of smugglers that transport the refugees is alive, dangerous, and out for money. Often, the smugglers charge extravagant prices and have no consideration for the human lives that they are handling. The refugees are crammed to the brim on boats that aren't seaworthy, and many will end up starving and extremely dehydrated by the end of the journey. Just a couple of weeks ago, a tragedy occurred when an estimated 900 people died when a smuggler's boat capsized. For this past year, the death toll for this Mediterranean refugee crisis is in the 1800s. The unrestrained flow of immigrants has sent Europe into an uproar. EU authorities are split within their desires to conform to the anti-immigrant air that prevails across Europe, to their moral consciousness and international outlook when turning away starving refugees with nowhere to go. Recent EU proposals and commissions range from attempting to split the immigrant burden between the countries of Europe, to targeting how to rid the criminal network organizing all those smugglers. All the bureaucratic mess of the situation clearly demonstrates the EU's inability to sufficiently get their act together on this issue, and in the politically charged process, more lives will be lost. Western governments should instead be prioritizing the stability of Libya, whose lawless land and unregulated coast are the most prominent reasons for upsurge of immigrants. Though current US foreign policy is hesitantly reluctant towards Libya because of the Benghazi attacks a few years ago, there's no denying the lack of assistance towards assuring the re-establishment of a safe society in Libya, considering the US was such a major player in the dismantlement of the former government. Search and rescue organizations such as Mare Nostrum should be reinstated. Obviously, the removal hasn't been saving more lives. Together, the governments of the world should take responsibility for these lost lives and restore the order in Libya, if they desire the immigrant crisis to quell.